Okay. That should be working. Hello everyone, I'm just checking how the connection is going. I think it is stable and we will be okay with everything. Let me know if you can hear me and if you can see me. And this is inspiration for today. Hello, hello everybody. Perfect. So maybe 5 more minutes for everyone to see the link and we are going to start. Yay! I have no idea who came with the idea of the egg. It was one of you who told me that I should do steampunk eggs, and it was not so easy to get them. Hello everyone, I'm getting ready and I think everything is okay on my side. I always like to check because, as I said many times, I have mobile connection here. We live in the countryside, so sometimes it is surprising. So I'm glad you are here and I'm just going to give 2 more minutes for everybody to join. I will take that basket off and this painting off the way. And because it's not my project, it's my friend's, so it's going to be not fair to show her art. And I'll put my apron on. I always have to walk carefully because here's the lunging space for my dog. So, you know, you have to be careful. You don't want to step on a poor dog sleeping in front of the stove, getting warm. We always make jokes that she's able to absorb all the heat from the stove, so nothing is left for us anyway. So, you know. Oh, I'm glad I'm not the only one who is tripping over the dogs. What's the problem here with the opening of the app? Okay, slightly annoying thing because I'm trying to get into the link, but I can't. Give me a minute. Oh, Jesus Christ, what is wrong today? Please forgive me for a minute. I'm trying to send a link to my husband because honestly, I can't go from the link through the Facebook to the app. Don't ask me what is wrong. In a moment, I'll be here. No po prostu nie wiem, co nie działa, ale nie mogę po prostu z linku otworzyć na YouTubie. Nie mogę widzieć czatu przez to mnie to po prostu doprowadza do szewskiej pasji, a na Facebooku wszystko się blokuje. nie mogę do ciebie wysłać wiadomości, bo się cały Facebook nie otwiera.
Chcesz spróbować ode mnie?
No ale co mi to daje, jeżeli ja nie mogę otworzyć okna na Facebooku, a tu mam link skopiowany u siebie? Próbuję wysłać do ciebie link, żeby mogło się połączyć, ale po prostu nie mogę. Bo się czat nie otwiera, rozumiesz? Czat. Messenger się wywalił. Dobra. Robimy inaczej. Finally. And this is just the way it is. So, for some unknown reason, Facebook started to act funny, and in the end of the day, when I was trying to send the link, the usual way I do it, because I usually send the link to you, send the link to Patreon, and send the link to my husband's phone so I can see the chat on the other screen, it was not, the chat was not starting, the messenger was not starting on Facebook. So finally I had to send email. Okay, welcome and thank you for your patience. Today is the day that I promised you, and we are going to focus on steampunk eggs. And I, of course, had to prepare in advance because I was not sure what I can do, what kind of project I can make. So on the photos you could see I made an egg that is going to be inspiration for today, and I will show you how you can make similar one, how it is done, and what are the ideas, of course. You can see this egg was supposed to be hanging this way, but I will tell you what the plan is. I have candle holders, like, you know, and it is going to be just perfect to stand like that as a decoration. So I don't really think I need to worry about that part. I will just keep it as it is, and of course you can use it to secure the closing. But that's my plan. If I will make too many eggs, I will just buy more of the candle holders, candlesticks, and it's going to solve the problem. I have 2 of them so far, so I can make 2 eggs this way. And I have to tell you, this egg is a bit larger than I expected. It was supposed to be 15 centimeters, but I was thinking it's 15 centimeters tall. But Yeah, 16. It is in fact 16 centimeters tall, but I was thinking it's going to be smaller. So at the very beginning, I was wondering what can I put inside. So this is exactly 16 centimeters tall acrylic egg, and it looks like this before alteration. And this one I got from Mirka. She is the owner of the Mit Liebe Selbstgemacht shop in Berlin. So she was kind enough to send this to me. And this is just absolutely great because she got me the size I wanted, so the bigger one. And also she showed me the other kind of the egg. This is the one that you can decorate in other style. So I'll be experimenting with that tomorrow and later during the week. And this is about 12 centimeters tall. 12. This is 12 centimeters. And here you can create the composition inside like 3D, so you can see it from all angles. So I would need to fill that part with something and then make something interesting on the top. So I have two styles of the eggs, but today we are going to focus on the bigger one. We are going to play with the bigger one, and I will show you what I've done. It's really fun to make. It's not very complicated, and of course I'm going to make that one a little bit different to have two nice eggs at home instead of the same, because it's kind of pointless. So one thing I noticed, when you are closing the eggs, the edge is a little bit delicate, so I broke one edge already, so I have to be careful. Luckily, I have another one, but this is this is plastic, so you have to be kind of delicate. Try not to smash it and try not to burn a hole in it if you're going to use the heat gun. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to find this one was, of course I didn't buy one, I bought like 6 of them so I can experiment. And I really like the idea of using the candle holder, and I was trying to take a photo of it, of course, to show you how it is done. But really, once you put the top on it, it really looks so much cooler because it kind of works like magnifying glass as well. So I'll just open that for you so you can see how it is without the top. You can see I tried to make it flat, or more or less flat. So this is the half we're going to use, and the other half we put on the side, and this is going to be just for closing. So when you when you open and close, you have to be quite careful, okay? Of course, you can be more dimensional in the middle, which means there's a lot of space. Look, it's basically half of the egg that is empty. So you can go a little bit more dimensional on that side, but I really wanted to make it deep. Especially, what was the best part of it, this frame fits exactly in the frame here. So this is just a perfect element you can use for 16 centimeters tall egg. That was not part of the plan. I discovered that when I was making the first egg, and I was so excited. Right away I decided to do it. Okay, so let's focus on the whole process. You know my plan already. You know about the candlestick. You know about the eggs. I'm sure if you need some, Mirka is able to help as well. She is in Berlin in Germany, so this is European Union. I think you can buy similar ones on Amazon, but check the sizes. I ordered some from Amazon as well. They didn't come. It was taking a long time. Mirka was much faster. So that's why we can do it now. I was really worried. I didn't know which weekend they are going to arrive. So I'm so glad it's this weekend, because next one I'm teaching for Sue. And that would be two streams on the same weekend. That can be a little bit too much. We'll see how it works. Are you ready? And are you excited? Because I am. Now I put it in a safe place. And let's flip the camera. Come on. Great. I wanted to make it open for all the patrons, so I hope it's going to be great inspiration before Easter. However, some of the people told me already, this is not proper for Easter, it is more for Halloween. Well, I don't really feel the vibe for the Easter project, so I'm trying to make something which is going to be more fun. And there's really no difference if you're going to use the male or the female part of the egg. It's the same size, so let's do it this way. And I was thinking about different options, what you can put inside to make it a little bit cooler. And in the end, I decided to go with the metallic flake. Easter Bunny School next year. Oh, Anya, you are starting very interesting and intriguing discussion here. So metallic flake was my choice, but I made one sample for myself using glitter and one sample with golden dragon paste. It was very glittery and I still have it, but I am not sure if this is exactly what I want. So in the end, for this more steampunky, as one of you said, steam goth style, I wanted to make the flake. This one is with the bronze aged brass waxes and silver and a little bit of the rusty colors. And today I want to make silver one with rusty colors, so it's going to be a bit different. So first of all, I need to pick the right combination of the flakes, and probably you can go with the mix, so the steampunk one, resurrection, exactly, this is what I think, but one of the ladies, I think she was more traditional. So there is a dead bird, so surely there is a resurrection here, but you know, it's me, it's a bit creepy. So you can take this mix because there are some silvers here that would work, and this is a nice combination. And for the inside, I can use the silver on the skull, like I did here. You can see this is metallic flake. Sorry. This is metallic flake on the skull to make it more shiny. And the other option with the silvers, it is possible, I guess, to take the one I took originally, which is a sparkling silver and gold. But today, let's go for more color with the steampunk set, and we will decide about the skull later. First part of the job is to fill the egg inside with the metallic flake. So I was doing the video on application of the metallic flakes, and I was showing that you before. So you know the key ingredient here is to have the good adhesive, so it's going to be easy to stick it in the right place. I think the camera is not showing the right angle, sorry. Yeah, that is much better. So first of all, you need the brush, and that's maybe any brush. I took the steampunk set, so we have 4 colors all together, and we need the gilding glue. And this is, again, this is the glue which is typically for metallic flakes, so it is tacky for a long time, and you have quite long working time to make sure that you apply your flakes everywhere you like. So I just try to apply a thin layer everywhere inside of the egg. This was my first step. And of course, dry it a tiny bit so it's going to turn transparent. And in the case of some imperfections, remember, no problem. You can always reapply. Because I was measuring a lot with my frame, it started to be a little bit damaged on the bottom and on the top, because this is where the frame would touch the edge of the egg, but later I just reapplied the flakes so you can't tell. This is the step number 1. You can close the glue for now, and then we need to dry it a bit so it's going to turn transparent. And please remember, this is plastic, acrylic or plastic, I have no idea, so try not to overheat it. So move your heat gun a little bit. Yes. So I know this is not very traditional take on the Easter, but honestly, I was never a fan of the Christmas decorations, except traditional handmade Easter eggs decorated in traditional style with techniques which were used for many centuries. So with the special kind of scratching and using natural elements for dyeing, special kind of painting. These are the only ones I really liked, traditional eggs, but not the decorations with the chickens or rabbits, bunnies, other things. Not my vibe, but it is okay. We don't have to do the same thing. Look, it is clear now. So I can start putting the flakes inside. And now, because this is very uneven shape, I will just try to throw it in and hope for the best. And see what happens. This is what I did last time, so I just try to replicate the same kind of technique. I try to encourage the flakes to stick. What is amazing about the flakes, they really go long way. They don't look like that, but there's plenty in the jar. So you don't have to worry. You will have hard time with it. So I'm just pulling that different ways, different directions. You can see on the other side, it is really cool, right? Yes, hold your breath, because, you know, one cough or sneezing in the wrong direction, and maybe this may be all completely covered with the flakes. So don't do that. Don't go that way. I'm trying to see if there are any empty spots. That wasn't complicated, right? Okay, now I will just take the brush and I will brush the leftovers inside of the rubbish bin, okay? And still I have so much in the jar, so it's really a lot of flakes. Somebody is going to be gilded. I'm just trying to brush off the excess and to see if there's any place that will need retouches. I will do retouches just before final gluing of the frame, because from my experience I learned that the frame may scratch it a little bit, but this is not a big deal. Done. It does look magical just as it is. Yeah, they are addictive, but honestly, for that result, I think it's worth it. And because I want to have quite a lot of silver, including the golden and copper in that, I think it was a really nice choice. So I will have more of the color options inside of my composition. Now, because we want to get the depth, we need to find the elements which are going to sit inside of the composition, of course. And I told you that I discovered, really by accident, let's look at this egg, just to compare the colors. Yeah, this one has a little bit more of the color. The frame fits nicely, but first we need to work on the composition, which is deeper. So I wanted to, of course, use the bird school, and that was planned. So I wanted to make it sit on something. I used the, hopefully you can see, composition of the cogs, and they sit on the top of the cardboard, so it's lifted a little bit. For today, the plan is to put the frame here. You can see this is the position it is going to be in. So it may scratch here, here, and here. And now we need to look for the elements which are going to sit nicely on the bottom. So one of the good sizes are these larger cogs from the newer sets. They are quite visible, quite big, so they work really well. You can try to combine it with the other elements that are going to add extra dimension. And my plan for today is to use the other school, not the bird school, but the human school. We're going to go even more gothic. And I have two sizes of the school, and I'm just thinking which one is going to be better. But I think, yeah, maybe the bigger is going to be better because it's going to be in the deeper parts anyway. So now in this stage of the work, I need to find nice elements to make it sit. It doesn't have to be a lot because it is so deep in the composition, you don't really see a lot. It's just something under the main element. So it has to be quite simple, you know, not too much of the work. One of the newest faces would work as well. Yeah, exactly. You are absolutely right. Luckily, this egg is not done for anybody to buy. It is just my own creation, and I think this is quite cool option. So why not? It is my own creation. I don't mind, but you can absolutely put somebody else's face, make it more romantic. This was the school I was using in the original, so the bird school here. You know, schools are schools, they're humans, right? So we should get used to the concept that we all are similar like that inside. So some people are just you know, easy forgetting that we are all mortals, and it's waiting for every single one of us. Okay, so the first, let's say the first step, I'm going to find a bit of the cardboard, so I will lift it, and and I I will just start gluing that inside of the egg. I have quite nice cardboard. This is usually a support when I do my shopping. I do a lot of shopping online because we live in the middle of nowhere. So that kind of makes sense that the boxes, when they come, I try to recycle. So now I can take first element, that is going to be the big one, and stick it on the top of the cardboard. But to make it better, I will put 2 or 3 layers so it is elevated a little bit more. Sometimes when I think about how the things are constructed, I believe people will be disappointed, but this is the reality. It's better to have it done nicely instead of pretending that everything has to be beautiful. So for example, heavy body gel, and we can stick these in the middle. Stay. You can of course use the hot glue gun to make sure the elements are in place. This is not a big deal. On this stage of the work, it may be even easier to use a little bit of the hot glue and then secure it with the heavy body gel. Especially, I would like to get kind of dimensional look, so I will layer cogs on the top. This one seems to be perfect here. So stay. I'm going to use a little bit of the hot glue just for temporary placement. You know, I do it when I have the plan to keep the things in place for a moment or two. Don't worry about these imperfections of the cardboard. They are not going to be visible. Remember, this is just temporary because sooner or later this kind of structure is going to chip off. So you can't really rely on the hot glue when it comes to compositions like that. This is uneven. Oh, this one is going to be nicer. I'm not sticking the skull yet. I just want to find a nice position to see how this is going to work. Okay, that should be fine. Look. Wow. Okay. You know what I mean. It's going to be on the top here, and then the frame is going to show nice dimensional things inside. However, if you don't have the skull, now you could build a lot of layers inside, you know, adding more of the smaller bits and pieces to create more like, you know, dimensional art. Gluing that inside of the egg and then elevating the most important thing even more. So you could add even more of the cardboard to make it closer to the front, and this way lift everything 1 or 2 layers up and then build your composition on the sides. So you could try to experiment with some kind of wings. Those wings could be going, you know, under the main element as well. We have bird wings. Here we've got the bat wings. You know what I mean. This would be playing inside of this to keep it closer to the middle, because once we are going to close the egg, this top really works almost like magnifying glass, right? So this is going to give you a lot of places. But I believe the frame is a brilliant solution. So I'm going to stick to that idea. I really wanted to show you how cool it is and how proud I am But to make any coloring, of course, we have to gesso it, because this is not going to be ready. It's not going to accept the color nicely without gesso. So what I did, I gessoed the skull and the frame separately, and I gessoed that part separately. I used black gesso because, of course, I wanted to have a little bit of the shadow. So now I can do it in the meantime when we are talking about the possible options of composition. Composition is not so obvious. Like, you know, in a way, when you have dimensional project, you have to make some kind of almost like auditioning. You have to get some elements and to see which one is going to do the best job for you. So in here, I had a lot of options to decorate the frame. I was looking for the best ones. In the end, I really like the bats, the smaller bat wings, and then I added that clock on the top. Today I want to use another clock, and I hope it's going to work as well. And I have the small skull to put inside of it as well, but maybe I will do something else. So we are going to do not exactly the recreation of what I was doing before. You know, the most important thing is it should be fun, right? You do this kind of project most of the times for your own pleasure. So as long as it does work for you, you should not be worried this is too big. If you plan to sell this kind of projects, of course, you should do some variations of the design, not just one option, because people are different. They have different personal tastes and choices, and surely there will be somebody who would be happy to buy egg like that. Like, I'm sure on some stage of my life or my friend's life or my husband's life, he would be absolutely happy to buy an egg like this, more likely than a bunny or a chicken. But the reality is people prefer more traditional, so you have to have another option as well on your mind. So don't stick to just the super edgy one. If you plan to give it as a gift to your family and they are not this kind of this vibe of people, it's much better to have options. So a heart instead of the little skull, exactly, that is part of the plan. That's a very good idea. I was also considering star was really nice as well. So I dry it, of course, but I want to add a little bit of the shadow around as well. And you can paint directly on the metallic flake with the gesso, there's no problem. Also a little bit with the paints, I tried that for you. It's not great, like perfect, but it's going to hold. So I'm adding that, as you can see. And going a little bit deeper, and I'm going to add some water to make it flow. So no worries, it's going to be a little bit softer, and I will take part of it out as well, because I made too much this time. But we want to create a bit of darkness. This way also the edges of the cogs are not going to be so visible. Like, I know which parts are going to be seen, so I don't have to worry about here, but that part may be kind of annoying, so you know what I mean. A bit of the darkness inside of the egg. Oh, I have to glue it again. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Ta-da. I didn't dry it in properly, so this is my punishment. No worries, I will do it again. Your mom doesn't like the black dresses. Oh, my mom gave up on me when I shaved, like not really shaved. I cut my hair off, like half of my hair off. She didn't talk to me for 3 weeks. She was devastated. It was more like thinking, I think, in her eyes, it was, I was so many hours in labor to give birth to you, and why do you do it to your body? I don't agree. Like she, it's not like she was thinking this is not appropriate or something. She was not used to that concept that I may want to have short hair on one side, and they're quite short. And at that time when I was cutting hair, I was I don't know, 26, 27. So I was sure an adult and I could do whatever I wanted. But yeah, that was hard time for her until she met some other people in her age, and they told her that she is boring and she doesn't understand young people, and she has to just shape up and just suck it in, and that's it. And she did. Now she doesn't complain at all. And yeah, the second time was similar situation when I got my tattoo. And it was done in stages, so she had a little bit of time to get used to it, because you can't make a big tattoo in one sitting. But again, it was like, why do you do it to your body? Why would you make yourself ugly? And I said, I don't think it's ugly. I think it is really cool. Like, and then the next question usually is, did you think, how does it going to look like when you're going to be old? And I said, yes, I had a lot of, thinking on that. When I will be old, there will be plenty of old people with the tattoos that will look much worse than mine. And yeah, that was the end of the story, I guess. So it took her a while. And yeah, the truth is, I didn't stop myself with this tattoo. It is large, but it's better to go bald instead of adding more and more and more, because it's kind of addictive for some people as well. But this is true. Like, okay, look, from my generation, at least in my, my generation and younger, there are so many people having tattoos now, and we are all going to get older at the same time. So there will be plenty of people with tattoos. Nobody will have any questions about that. And some of them will be better and some of them will be worse. And yeah, I think mine will be still quite cool. Exactly. I designed a tattoo for my friend as well. So it is nice to know. Yeah, I think they're similar stories. This is the same kind of thinking. And I know why. Like, my mom is from the generation that, at least in Poland, tattoos were considered to be something completely not mainstream, something that would artists have, like people who are criminals maybe, or people who are sailors, and not like middle class women. But she had to change her mind as well. Okay, the second part of the story is my mom was like lamenting, like, why did you do it? My dad's question was, how much was it? Because my dad is very much practical, and he planned to have tattoo himself on some stage of his life, but he couldn't make up his mind. He was sitting in the tattoo studio and he couldn't make up his mind what does he want, so he just left. Yeah, this is that generation, and you know, I don't blame them. This is completely different perception. Like, look at the younger people now. They do a lot of body modifications, and if they like it, it's cool. They don't harm anybody else. They do it to their own bodies. And for some people, this is really important process. It's like taking control over their body again. While maybe they have some traumas and they were abused, or they had some situations when they couldn't decide about themselves and now they can. Yeah, you have to think the pattern through if you want to live with it all your life, of course. This is important. And it's not a good idea to just go with your friend and because she's getting a tattoo, you're also getting one if you don't know what you want. But at the stage, we were both doing matching tattoos, me and my husband. Like, not matching, not the same, but we were choosing the same style. So we had tattoos in the same style done. And then I modified my as well in the last 4 years. I added color to it and I added a little bit of the extra patterns. I dye my hair because I don't want to be gray. Yeah, well, whatever feels right for you. You know, you can't really make decisions for anybody else. This is what I think. Some people are okay going gray. They like it. Some people hate it. Some people love tattoos. Some people hate it. Well, it all okay. When it comes to tattoos, it all depends how sensitive you are and where is the tattoo placed. Because some places are not bad at all, and some places are very sensitive. And because mine is quite large, I had a whole spectrum of different feelings when I was having that done. So I know which parts hurt more and which ones are not that sensitive, to be honest. So look, I primed everything with gesso, and then here I'm trying to stick it as well. Stay there. If you're not going to stay, I'll use the glue on you, so it's better for you to stay. Oh, I know what happened. The cardboard started to rip. No problem. It does happen sometimes. Yeah, you know, the color, the way we dress, the way we decorate ourselves, it is part of who we are. So we can't really go against our own selves. Sorry, I have to just stick it properly for now because it's annoying. Now. Okay, so let it dry. You can see there's no damage to the egg at all. And here I will put the foil on the skull, and here I would like to add some elements. So in the original idea, I had these wings here. So if my skull is going to go like this, that will be quite nice, I think. And once I have these, I was looking at 2 different kinds of the clock. So because I had this one, now I think it's time to use the round one for a change. Well, the pain of the tattoo is quite a problem. Like, my husband had a second tattoo done, And he said this is the last one. He is done for now. Like, he is not going to do any more. I think this is enough. Okay, so this one, and then inside of that we can put a little cog, or you can put a little spool. No, Vasilis, it's not a good idea to drink anything before the tattoo, because good tattoo artists, they're going to refuse. They are not letting drunk people in, because they don't make conscious decisions. It's better to take painkillers if you can. Just take painkillers. That is much better trick. Nobody is going to blame you for that. People do it. Yeah, exactly. You just have to decide how it is going to work for you. If you're afraid of the pain, you should talk to somebody first, because this is not so light, this pain. It is kind of a painful process, and you have to get used to that. It is not so easy. I'm checking with this little heart here. It's cute. Yeah, that is kind of a solution as well. It also depends on the tattoo artist, I have to tell you. Some people are very heavy-handed. Some people are quite delicate. There are so many things involved in this process that it's almost impossible to predict everything. But if you want to do it, go to the good checked, clean place that somebody you know used before, because you don't want to be in trouble later. Everything has to be completely safe and clean. And now the inks are so much better than even 10 years ago. They don't lose the color so much. I take a tattoo with paints and then heavy body gel. Oh, that will last. That will last quite long, I think. Okay, so I'm trying to stick the wings here. And of course the other side of it doesn't have to be perfect, but just to make sure that everything is in the good position, check before drying, okay? So you don't want this to be a problem with your eggs. Okay, there's enough space. So I can leave it as it is. And now let's stick this one. Okay, so now I'll clean up around, so we don't have too much of this, and we can stick the little heart. You know, this is a lot of construction. The technique of painting is not so complicated, but the construction takes a while. So there's a lot of patience involved, and you need to plan your work and make sure the elements stay in place the way you want it. Really. To make sure everything is straight, like now, for example. Okay, and now I'm going to add a little bit of the screw heads as well. So this is going to work even better. And in the meantime, I'm drying that part as well. Oh, hello, we have more people joining. Hello. Yeah, of course, Mia, you can. I'm really tempted to check if this is okay. Should be. Where's the school here? Nice, nice. I know what is annoying. This little thingy is annoying. Just a moment. This part. Oh, I'm so happy. Well, I'm so excited you sign up for the class, Terry. It's good to know. I'm sure you will enjoy. They're lovely people. I want to get rid of this because it's annoying. So I'm trying to... Yeah. Much better. Now, let's stick the things in place properly without any problems. Sometimes you have to cut the things. Honestly, I think people are too delicate and too gentle with their things. If something is on your way and you have this good idea what you want to do, you just have to make it happen. It doesn't matter if it's original shape of this element or not. You make it work, like we did now with this clock, this pocket watch, really. So this way, it's going to fit much better. It's not going to be on the way with the wings. See? Much nicer. So now, I wanted to add some bolts as well, or screw heads on the wings to make it a little bit more steampunky. And let's add another detail here. Yes, the truth is we look scary, but in fact we are all very friendly. What happened, David, to your Facebook profile? Was it hacked? Because it seems like, well, if you can't take it back, it seems like somebody hacked you. Yeah, the frame is so versatile. I'm so happy about that design. I was trying to make the things fitting nicely. So when I was making the shapes of the and the sizes of the heads, I was trying to have some that are going to fit inside of the frame. So this way, it's going to be easier to make some nice compositions. And then I can see many people see that and they use the same elements inside as I was planning. So like, yeah, the idea worked really well. Hijacked. It's so annoying when it happens. Not bad at all, I think. So we can dry it. I got 3 new molds, frames, pipes, and of course, but get these bat wings next. They are also great dragon wings. Yes, honestly, when I was looking for the designs and I was looking for the images, these were dragon wings, but they look like bat wings. So you can use them both ways. Thank you, Carol. You know, when the mold is produced, they charge you by mold, not by amount of the elements you put in. So if it's possible, I try to use the empty spaces so you can have some extras. And this way we have a lot of little bits and pieces we can use as well. And little screw heads or little nail heads and little cogs, they help because they are just great for adding smaller details. So we let them dry. And of course we have to paint it with black gesso as well, so we can apply the waxes on the top and to put it all together nicely. It's really a lot of construction. It's not a sophisticated set of techniques, but it's really cool to make these ideas work, to make all these elements work together to make sure that the things are going to sit nicely and they're going to look just perfect. So you can see this is the original idea. I used the skull inside of the pocket watch, but I didn't add any extras on the frame. Now we did. So let's do the skull now. And I will have silver wax with some rusty elements on it. So maybe let's do that in gold, because that would be nice to have it in gold. Ta-da! So again, once we are doing the flakes, remember the glue goes first, we dry it, and then we apply the flakes. You don't need a lot of the glue, especially for the smaller element like this one. I'm so happy you like my molds. This is like the best thing that may happen, honestly. I knew this is very cool release, but I didn't think it's going to be so popular. So I'm so excited. Now carefully sticking the foils. Not to your fingers, but to your project. Yes, she was using them on the furniture, and I think that is a really cool idea. In fact, the big ones I was designing thinking about big projects and furniture, so I'm glad that this idea is getting popular. Hopefully more people will see this is perfect option. So this one will sit and breathe a little bit, and here I will see, yeah, we can dry it a little bit and paint black. Really nice result. Yes, the new moons are bigger because there was no point in making them the same. I wanted them to be designs for the furniture, so I made them as big as I could. So here I will try to be a bit more careful with the gesso because this part is going to be more visible. So I'm painting the edges of the wings as well. Inside of the pocket watch. Okay, let me think. I want silver, and which color to put with silver? I think maybe a bit of copper for highlights to make it more visible, or maybe because there will be rust, maybe a bit of peacock. That would be interesting combination. Peacock highlights on the silver and then rusty colors. What do you think? it's getting better and better. I think peacock is always a good idea. Yeah, you know, it's always good to see something different so you can think about ideas for yourself, you know, because we all have different items at home. And for me, it was such a good luck that this frame fits exactly in the egg that I got. I didn't know that, but looks perfect. So for the other sizes, I will have to think about something else. Because your favorite color, I think it's really cool. Okay, let's try to get rid of the excess here. Ooh, that is going to be pretty. But what I want to do, I don't want too much of that sparkle in the inside of the eyes, so I will make sure I will paint it black. Nice. Really nice. Yeah, and now the first thing you have to color is the inside, so we can stick the skull and then we can add the finishing touches. So for the first layer, we are going to use the silver or the iron, brushed iron. Brushed iron should be good color. Let's see which one is going to work better. This is old silver and this is brushed iron. I'll take the brush. I have something in this color here. Nice. Well, that's pretty. And of course, for the rust, you can use acrylic paints or you can use the rust paste, depending what would you like to get. Yeah, it's easy to mix them. That's very true. So you can see the coloring is not very complicated. This is just like a quick fix. And you can continue and go to the next steps. So I know maybe from the technical side of the project it is not too impressive, but I think construction part is quite cool. So you can get some nice ideas on what you can do with your products and how can you put it all together. Large circular frame that would go inside of the circular spheres. Well, this is a good idea. It's always good to know what you wish for. Now, when I stick this one, I have to know, oops, exactly where the frame is going to go. So I will stick it and then I will position that in the right place. So a little bit more down and a little bit more to this side. Fun. So this is the right position. Now, of course, I put it in the wax. Good thing acrylic is easy to clean, so later I can clean off the gesso and wax. And this one needs to be dry now. Just checking, yeah. I think we'll see. I'm not sure. Inside, I will probably go for liquid acrylics to make the rusty patches. I think it's going to be more vibrant. And on the top, we will see in a moment. The smell of the wax. Now we do the same thing here with the frame. It's amazing how quickly you can change the look of the project just by adding the color. And a bit of wax goes a really long way. So now we can let it breathe for a moment and then we can work on the highlights. So just to show you what we are going for, we want to have visible, shiny skull in the middle of the frame that is going to be on the top. So this element we have ready. It's going to be, of course, different colored combination, but we are going towards that. I think it's fun, really fun project to make. And just putting things together is so relaxing and so enjoyable. Now I'm looking for the peacock color. Let me see. That will be easier. circuit board mold. Okay, that sounds cool. We just want to use a bit to highlight the details, so it is not one color everywhere, but it is really beautiful combination. But now, of course, I'm using my fingers, so I'm not going too deep in the frame. I just want to highlight the details of the wings. And the details of the frame. Oh, stay, 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 don't go anywhere. I hope you can see the color. Like, in my hands, it does look amazing, but there's always a problem when it comes to the light in the camera. Yeah, the frame looks badass. I hope so, because we're doing badass steampunk egg. Let's add a little bit here on the skull as well. So that makes some sense. Not too much though. A little bit. Let's see that now. Nice. What I want to do, I think I want to lift that part a little bit. And that means I need to put something under, because it is moving. Yeah. Okay, so I can see we will need a little bit of that gold on the top as well. So for the gold color, probably the best result is going to be a bit of sparks. And gold dragon's eye would be the best because it's so shiny. I just have to get it out. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. And then we go for the rusty touches. So first, rusty touches. We go with the browns, and we go with the oranges, we go with the carmine, and we go with the black. This black is here. It's not really surprising set of colors. I think you were expecting that. I'm so glad you like the smell. course, liquid acrylics are acrylic paints, so they're not supposed to be used on the wax, but for, as you know, for the final touches, they're saturated enough and sticky enough so you can use them. So don't be afraid, final touches on the wax are still possible to do. I'm looking for the small brush. And we start inside with the water, a bit of browns, and a bit of reds. We'll see what happens. And then close to the skull, it's always a good idea to add a little bit of black for better shadows. Oh, wow, that is going to be so cool. Just look at that. And we dry. I lost a bit of that color next to the eye here, but no problem. We reapply. That is lovely. Okay. I'm trying to pick up the leftovers of the water. So you can see the result. And now we have to work on the frame to make it work in the color together with the insides, which means I have to make it gold. Because apparently I put too much of the peacock and it is not the right color now. So I have to push it back towards warmer color palette. But this is not a big problem. We can do that using acrylic paint sparks, for example. And this is going to work really nicely. Water. There's always something you can do. It's not like, I messed it up, I have to make it again. No, no, you can always repaint, change. and play. Much better now. So you can take a little bit of that silver again. My husband was checking on me. I think he's curious. He wants to know what I'm doing. Yay! So I'm just trying to add a bit of the silver in some parts. But I really like the wings now, so I don't want to ruin the wings and the heart. So this is what we've got. So paint stick, yeah, over the wax you put on the frame. Yes, this is the kind of a secret, because if it's like final full painting, you should not do that. But for the grungy touches, you can, okay? Especially liquid acrylics are going to do the job pretty well. So I sometimes do it, and I always say this is not a technique you should try on the large surfaces, because it's not going to stick properly. But on the smaller ones, smaller scale, you can. And this is what we are doing now. We are adding the touches, and touches are going to work pretty well. Oh my god, it's so pretty. I will need to add a little bit of this peacock back, but let me just dry and see what happened. Look at those wings, so lovely. Rust color is carmine. No. Carmine. Carmine is a rusty red color, and you can use it really in combinations. If you mix it with the crimson, it's going to be like bloody red. Honestly, this is probably the best color combination I've made so far. Sorry. Sorry. I should stop myself before it's too late. Now I'm adding the shadow. This is black ink black liquid acrylic. Oh, you can tell I feel very comfortable in your company. I let my weird out from time to time. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is absolutely cool. So remember that combination, silver sparks in golden color, and then a tiny bit of peacock and carmine and some other colors. Like, wow. So you can see when I'm drying, when the places like that where the paint is really thick, the color is very saturated, and in the parts where the paint is thinner, you can see more of like the transparent color. So it's really up to you how you're going to apply it, but I prefer to use some water to get gradations of the color in different parts. You know what I mean? Let's look at that. Yeah, I'm quite glad I messed with a lot of peacock, and now I'm going to add more of this peacock. And I just need to locate the... But now I'll be very careful. I don't want to add too much, again, not to kill something. But you know, this green is adding a bit of the special touch. Especially the heart. So I'm just saying, guys, you have to remember that combination for the future, because this is absolutely amazing. So that was, just in case, silver. Old silver or brushed iron, doesn't matter. Peacock, black carmine, maybe a little bit of brown, and Sparks golden dragon's eye. Wow. Royal Gothic grunginess. I like your thinking, Anya. I absolutely think this is stunning. So now let's see, because we have to put it back in the frame. Well, I'm just putting this epic, really epic combination in front of you, so you know what that is. Peacock, Sparks, silver, and these three colors. Ta-da! Yeah, I absolutely love it. I think I may need a little bit of the... Yes, I will. I will try to give you some better background so you can see the color, not my hands. Oh. That is amazing. And in the daylight, the colors are going to be, again, a little bit different. Yes, I will. Of course I will. This was, you know, this is how things happen sometimes. You just discover one thing and then you see, okay, I need this. And then you discover this combination is absolutely perfect. So we got a really amazing combination out of these products. So carmine and ink black, maybe a little bit of the burnt sienna, but this was not necessary. The necessary color is Sparks golden, dragon's eye, one of the silvers, so old silver or brushed iron, and peacock. Let's try. Oh, I can see where I missed the spot. I have to add a little bit on the bottom. Look at that. Well, this is spectacular. And look, with this combination on the back, I think we should be happy. So the last touches here on the bottom, I missed it. I need a little bit of something. Stunning. I was not thinking about this combination that much, but apparently I was wrong. I was so wrong. Sometimes you just have to give a chance. Okay. Tiny bit of sparks inside. Now, this is an example of one of the happy accidents. Like, you're not planning it. I knew I wanted to do with silver, and I was imagining something completely different, but then because I made the skull in the gold color, everything changed completely, and my silver plan went to rubbish bin. But now I have even better. Yeah, the photos will be so much, and I will take photos without the egg on the top as well, so you can see a little bit more of the color. I want to do this. Sorry. So now, before gluing this in, I'm checking if I need to touch up any of the background of the egg. Of course, I have it all dirty in the wax, so I will need to clean it. But this is outside, this is not a problem. I can hear the glue. You can see this is still wet, but it's okay. And don't close it like for overnight, because when I closed it too early, it was all foggy inside, because of course the it's still drying. So if you want to get it completely dry, let it dry open. This is what I learned from previous egg. I can see I have some imperfections here and here, so I will now add the missing flakes quickly, and then we will stick the frame in. What do you think? Was that fun? I think it was a good example to show you that even if something is not going according to the plan, you can still get pretty good result if you are not giving up or panicking. Sometimes you just have to trust your instinct, trust your process as well. Oh yeah, I got so excited. I got hot. You know, it's always nice to discover new thing. Wait, I was too quick. I forgot to dry. I'm happy you enjoy it. Well, that's a big piece. But it's okay. It's all right. So the tricky part is also how to put it back in place. So Here, unfortunately, we have to again use a little bit of the hot glue to put it in the right position. And later we can secure that with the gel medium. So in the first moment, when you put the frame in, oh, it's so pretty, so colorful. Kochanie. Then you need a little bit of the glue. So what I did, I secured that here, holding that down. I hope you can see what I'm doing. A little bit of glue here. It kind of fits tightly. So this is just to keep it in place. And then, of course, I will use a little brush and I will put a little bit of the heavy body gel as well. And now the second place, it's on the bottom. The same thing. I'm surrounding the bottom part with the hot glue so it's secured. Hopefully you can see it. There was a bit too much black in here. Can you believe I said there's too much black? Huh. And then, of course, I could do it here and here as well. These are the spots where the frame is touching You were quick, just like quick set resin. Let's dry. And we can see, oh, flakes. And we can see the final result with the top on. And we can compare to the other one. This one is so much more colorful, but it's just different kind of beautiful. So now to compare the original and the new one. Same idea, but different. Same, but different. This one's really rich in gold and coppers, rusties and peacock. And then the other side. Now let's put the top on to compare. One. This one will get foggy, so I try to cool it down. Well, the new one is better. You see, the more you do, the better you get. Wow. Okay, I'm really excited. Look at this. Yeah, this one is very rich looking. Ta-da, ta-da. And now we take it to the church for the blessing. Oh my god, that would be so funny. The look I would get from the priest, oh my. Let's have a look, different angles so you can see it. This is my lamp, of course, but this is what we did today. Of course, I'm glad you asked me to make the steampunk egg. That is something that I really didn't. I knew I may enjoy it, but I didn't know I will enjoy it that much. And surely I'm going to try something else with that as well. You know, this was like the first try. I still have like 4 of this size, so I can get really cool. And really the dome shape here, it's adding another depth to it. So it looks so much better with the top cover. So just to show you both of them now. So it's same but different. And on the other hand, of course, you can go completely different way. This was just a good luck that this frame fitted so nicely, but I'm going to experiment and I'm going to play with this other egg shape. And in the very beginning, I was thinking this one is going to be more fun to use, and I really started with this one, and I tried some colors, and then this happened. So let's put it on the candle holder. Yeah. I think my friends will be really surprised to see new Easter decor I have at home. So, you know, the most important part, it is fun to make. And it's not complicated set of techniques. You can say this is not too much. And you can imagine that in the blue tones. Like, I'm really now tempted to make blue and silver, like the midnight colors. And I really think there are so many options going on. So, you know, one of the good things to know is like it's so easy to make the back of the egg or the bottom of the egg, like here, using the metal flakes or glitter or some other thing you can just sprinkle on the top. And then it's easy to paint on the surface as well. You don't really have to do too much. So thanks to this black gesso, we have a really nice dark color. Oh, it's getting foggy already. You can see what I meant about drying time. So you can look inside that because we finished that nicely, no matter which angle you are looking, it's always pretty. Yeah, instead of Fabergé egg, you have Finnabair egg, much better. Thank you, Carol. Yeah, maybe we should start the trend. Forget the Fabergé, try the Finnabair eggs. Oh, just make one for your dad. Don't tell anything to your mom. You know. Of course, you can make it any other technique, but just the idea, how easy it is to transform. Waxes are your friends. Acrylics, like liquid acrylics, are so good to make quick touches. Metal flakes, they worked really well. So, you know, simple set of techniques that would work on the canvas, for example, work so well as the base of the egg. I'm happy that you are happy because this was especially for you. And now I am tempted to make more of the eggs. And yeah, you created an egg monster. Steampunk egg monster, right? steam got. I heard steam got egg monster, but you can say it is so enjoyable, and you can think about different combinations of the elements, and remember you have a lot of space, so you can go much higher. If you have some other element, you can use a chipboard piece that is going to fill that partly, and then you can go up, you know, and then there's so much space in the dome in the front, so there should be no problems, and you can play with a lot of combinations. And these eggs, they come in different sizes. This is the size that I got, like this medium. They can be bigger, they can be smaller, some of them are really large. This, as you can see, is quite cute size, not too small, not too big, quite good with the elements that we have on hand. It's easy to make the composition that is going to fit. If your egg is going to be very small, you have to look for the very small elements. That's why I really wanted these eggs to be larger, because it's easy to buy 9 centimeters, but 9 I was afraid is going to be too small, and that's why I got 12. This was the biggest I could find, and Mirka from Mit Liebe Selbstgemacht shop, she helped me with these, so if you need them, she may be having still some of them in the shop. It's in Germany, and she can ship to you anywhere in Europe. And I'm sure for United States or Australia, you can try find them locally, because this is probably something very common. The problem was on British Amazon, there were only smaller sizes of these, and I was really hunting for the standing egg, and I didn't think much about these ones, but look what happened. Much more fun. So I hope you liked it. Whoops. I have to put it better. I hoped you liked it, and I hope to see more of the eggs. And in the meantime, of course, just to remind you, we have our challenge going. The challenge goes until 15th of April. And this is Get Inspired by Somebody Else's Project. So still like an artist edition. And there are projects in the album in the Facebook group. You can pick just one of them, or you can pick more than one, and combine the ideas to make your own unique project. And of course, all the people who will take part in the challenge, you also take part in the giveaway. So don't wait. There is already one project done, maybe even more. I didn't check today. So try to think, try to still like an artist, and get those ideas and make something really special. And I wanted to thank you for the lovely messages and lovely comments on the last video, the last class about still like an artist. I got beautiful email from one of you, and you know who that is. And I got some private messages. Thank you for that. And I got some lovely comments. And make sure really that you are going to check that video, because I think it's very valuable and it's a really important lesson. You can always come back to it if you don't if you don't feel confident. You can always come back to it, and you always can just listen to that and feel assured that everything is fine. And that is just completely great. And there's nothing original. We just have to steal in a smart way, like an artist. Was there a question? Yes. This frame is 16 centimeters. This is what I got. 16 centimeters. And that frame fits inside. I'll just double check with the ruler. But I close it. I take the ruler. Where's my ruler? The ruler. So don't be shy. David, if you are not on Facebook, you can ask somebody, for example, me or maybe Asha or whoever, to just show you the images, and you can take part anyway. Yes, 16 centimeters tall. This is 16 centimeters. Okay? Close. Yeah. Thank you so much. They call that stalker Vasilis. Well, luckily I know Vasilis in person, so this is not like proper stalking anymore. We know each other, we like each other, we're friends, so it's okay. Thank you so much for watching. And well, happy egg creating, happy egg making. Let's make this Easter a little bit more edgy and steampunky. And thank you for the challenge. I really wanted to do something different, and now I did. And it's the first time I'm making eggs in a very, very long time. Honestly, I don't remember the last time I was making eggs, because everything that I could see wasn't really that exciting. But then I know some of the girls were making projects on Facebook. There was Polish group, and they were also trying to make some eggs, and there were some beautiful examples. So maybe you can Google for more inspiration with the steampunk eggs. And of course, this is my version, but you never know. I may come with something else, and I'm really still thinking what to put inside of this egg. So far, I think there will be some composition standing inside. And the advantage of this one is you can just put it on the shelf as it is. So that's really, really cool. I still have a few days before Easter, so I can make. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for all the kind messages and all the support and being with me and encouraging me and helping and, you know, promoting also, because every time when you promote the things I do, like when you talk about Patreon, if you talk about what you learn, and that was good experience, it is always great, because people get encouraged to join and our family gets bigger. Yes, exactly. You can do outside and then the treasure inside. Or chocolate. Chocolate is good. And, you know, enjoy. Have a great time. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see the eggs you are going to create.